Welcome to my healing work. My name is Monica. I am CollagenBabe, and I live in Vancouver BC Canada. I am doing a fire offering for my ancestors and all the spirits that guide me through this crazy world that I live in. And I say crazy world meaning not my own place, because I've created my place like a sanctuary. I've already, I'm in my 60s, and I spent many years being a ski bum and a massage therapist, a holistic healer. I learned every system possible to keep myself calm while the world was constantly under stress. I remember being stressed out as a kid, moving, having my father die, and making sense of the world where I was just a bundle of nerves. I had my first concussion at age 7, and so I was definitely neural divergent at that time as a kid, and so I studied in my own way. And studying meaning that my body didn't work properly. I couldn't cross my legs. I had headaches every single day. I self-medicated myself as a child with sugar because it was what seemingly relieved the pressure that was building up in my head. And now here I am in my last trimester of life, and I am so grateful that I made it this far, and I'm so grateful that I've learned all the skills that I did to keep myself meditating and affirming the life that I have. I say a prayer on this full moon in Virgo with a solar eclipse. Or is it? No, it's not a solar eclipse, it's a lunar eclipse today. It'll be here around midnight on the Thursday, March 13th, March 14th, in different areas of our world. I am going to chant the Gayatri mantra, any mantra or any prayer or any affirmation said during the eclipse season, especially on the day of the eclipse, is 1,000 more times powerful than said at any other time. And this is according to the Vedic astrologers. Om Bhurvasava Tat Savator Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Bhurvasava Tat Savator Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I'm going to light my fire. I filled it with sage and gold bullion and dollar bills. I also offered a plate of roast chicken and roast pork for my ancestors and for my relatives who I share my energy with every chance I get. So, where's my, okay. I'll just get some candles that I've lit. And here's my fire, gold and silver bullion, dollar bills, and sage. I hope you're having a peaceful time wherever you are. I know that it's kind of tough with the economics and the politics and the military and the oil barons and the cattle barons and the water barons. It's just an interesting phenomenon. I've been studying since the 1980s the various ways of shortcutting calmness and peace. One of the ways I did that was I went to Whistler and I became a ski bum. So I spent 10 years communicating with my trees and mountains and hot springs and cold plunges. And I also made my worst mistake in life. I became a vegetarian. It was what my peers were all doing. We were all investigating this time of eating vegetables and getting away from beef. And now that I've hit 60, I've realized that I spent my 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s eating way too many carbohydrates for my body. I was constantly bleeding. I had bleeding gums, I had bleeding periods, and eventually I had hemorrhoids. So this last week I've had a hemorrhoid attack, and what set me off was eating a kiwi. I've been eating meat for a whole year, and I decided it would be fun to have a kiwi, and so I had a kiwi and I started bleeding. So for me, it was a perfect example of my body being intelligent and instinctive. So I hope that me sharing that story with you will give you some insight on why I have been promoting carnivore for the last year, because I've seen such great results in me. And so I leave you in health and wealth and prosperity for the full moon and for the eclipse season. Everyone take care. Please don't go out and look at the eclipse. It's actually, according to the Vedics, very not good. Bad vibes, bad mojo. Since it is passing over the US and Canada and Mexico, it'll be interesting what this next year is going to bring to these countries, especially one I live in. I live in Canada, Vancouver. And so I understand that the energy upsets the surface of the Earth's crust. You have this energy that is usually refracting the sun onto the earth, keeping it at a certain temperature, a warm temperature, and a warmer temperature, and then the sun disappears for an hour and a half, and I think Mother Earth does feel it, and it really will set off a lot of cold and hot cracks on the Earth's crust, which then will disturb the energy of the animals living upon that crack. Let's see if my theory's right. I mean, I have been studying astrology, earthquakes, and solar weather for the last 10 years as a hobbyist. I think by now, I do know what patterns happen, because I've been studying human patterns for 30 years. Oh, and this week I learned that I was a INFJ. It described me to a T, right? I'm a Pisces sun, Aries moon, Scorpio rising. I'm a 6/2 emotional generator, a role model hermit. And I've been studying human design since 2022. hope that God gives me the grace to become an expert and a master in this system. Bye.